What's up, everyone, and welcome in to your Celtics source. A short video here, not about the Celtics, but about a recent trend that has recently taken over the NBA, and that is the tanking, right? Bad teams trying to lose all their games in hopes of upping their chances to, win the lottery and draft Cooper Flagg. And there's a policy in place to try and stop teams from doing this, and that's the player participation policy. And while that's not directly about NBA tanking, it does keep star players on the court, which hopefully would you know give them a better chance of winning games. But it's not working. Teams have found a new way to go around this, and it's getting pretty ugly, right? You have guys who, the starters, they're playing three quarters, and then they'll just sit throughout every fourth quarter, right? And so if it's a close game and then you don't have any of your stars out there, you have a good chance of losing that game. And, if they're winning the game, I mean, right, you sit them and hopefully, they come out and you lose the game. But we saw this, Scottie Barnes and the Raptors have been doing this, I would say probably the most, right? Scottie Barnes plays really well. He'll keep the Raptors in the game, right? They're actually not that bad of a team given their record. Like they have some good guys, right? Him and what's his name? Their center, Jakob Um, but then Scottie Barnes, Jakob will sit out the entire fourth quarter, and the Raptors will just, go straight downhill. And I feel like if teams are intentionally doing that, you gotta count that as towards, the player participation policy, because it seems like while they are still playing, and it's hard to know whether, they're doing it on purpose or it's just, how they're playing the game. But still, the NBA has to do an investigation into how to stop this, right? And then you have another problem where it's like OKC against the Sixers, right? If the Sixers, right, they hold each other's draft pick, right, and so OKC, when they played the Sixers about 2 weeks ago, they sit all their starters in the game, um, hoping to try and lose that game just because, right? It's not a tanking thing because OKC has run away with the league pretty much, given that the Cavs have lost last four straight. But they're trying to hold that pick that the Sixers would get if the Sixers fall under, I believe it's the seventh or the sixth ranked worst team in the league. So OKC sits all their guys. The Sixers already without a lot of their guys due to injuries and whatever, and OKC just blows them out anyway. It's actually kind of funny. The Sixers are just that bad that OKC is able to win by 20, even with them trying to lose that game. But what do you do? Like it's not teams, are risking the fines. They're paying them in hopes that they can win this lottery, and it's still a lottery. Like just because you have the best chance of getting it doesn't mean that the team right behind you has that much worse of a chance. Like the odds are pretty close, which is really, maybe you get rid of this lottery and just do like what NFL does and just do the worst team gets the best pick. But then you sort of incentivize tanking even more. So I don't even know what you do because like the fines aren't working. Players are still, you know, calling in 2 minutes before the game and saying they're out just so the NBA doesn't have time to investigate for that game. Um, but yeah. Leave your comments down below. What do you think they should do? I don't know. But yeah. Until next time, go Celtics, and hopefully this gets figured out.